you know, when you travel, you have jet lag. I have jet lag because I go to an airport and I have to wait for my flight. Even if it's at the business class lounge, I still have to wait for my flight. Then the flight eventually comes. Then I have to board the flight. Then I land in Heathrow and I have to go through customs. This time we went through Gatwick. For me to even go to London, I had to go to Qatar first and do like 4 hours in Qatar. Of course, it's the most beautiful airport in the world, and they have like 10 business class lounges. You go choose the one where you want. So yes, I was tired. Yes, I was jet lagged. But you see, the president of a country, the moment he's leaving his house, anytime he gets to the airport, that's when the plane is taking off. So people that do not have access to information, they've never hung out with a president before, they don't know what life is like. They think the president too will go to the airport and carry his passport. How about they go down clear road down? The president is going to get to the airport. They are going to drive him to the jaw of the plane. Then they are going to hold all the planes in the sky till it takes off. Everybody is going to be on holding pattern unless you have an emergency, and not a pan emergency, a proper Mayday. Only when you have a Mayday are they going to give you clearance to land or take off when the president wants to land or take off. If you get pan, they go tell you, say, you go to the next airport. Unless na full-blown Mayday. So as he drives from his house, he goes there. He goes on a plane that he can sleep and shower on. So while you are landing and driving to your hotel, your president don't bath for that aeroplane, don't chop. As they land like this, he's fresh and strong enough to go for the next meeting. So when somebody comes sit down, they analyze president, they travel, they look at like person we want go enter Kenya Airways economy class, go Kenya, from Kenya, come go Burkina Faso, from Burkina Faso, come go. Make people they quiet too. You have not flown ordinary private jet, come be presidential jet. You know what a presidential jet is? They'll clear the sky for you. You all they go. And from my understanding, the last plane they used was the 737 800 based business jet that can fly for, I think, 14 hours straight. So no stopover. Powerful plane, moving, clear road. This will not be Ethiopian Airlines. So person go just sit down reason, say the president has traveled 108 days. I can't sit down, they listen to analysis. So every day he needs to travel, you have jet lag. I say, oh no, poverty no good though. And the presenter, I think it was Nigerian, was trying to educate the caller. The caller just the talk of, I just look and say, ordinary business, if you fly business class, you will, if you have now when you fly economy, now you go get plenty jet lag, because that economy cabin they go mess, give you omiogi, go pour for your head. Like my children where they sit down, bed bug run from one person body, enter their body. When we reach house, I don't allow my children come upstairs. They just go downstairs, visitors room, go come out all their clothes, shower, come finally dress, come upstairs. So you go just the reason. Baba, I used to say something in the Free Nation. Let me read. I wrote it down. I made it up one day and I wrote it down. Let me read it to you. I hope this thing has not deleted it. God. Hey. Kai. Notes. I don't think I have it again. Must have deleted. Someone must have deleted it. Cancel. Folders. Let me try here. Something about the limits of your exposure. They've deleted it. Chai. Let me see, directly proportional. I know directly proportional. I'm trying to search. You guys need to see this thing. I don't know where to find. If I don't read this thing for now, I no go happy. Directly proportional. If I no see them. Fantastic. I found it. The scope of your understanding is directly proportional to the limits of your exposure. The scope of your understanding is directly proportional to the limits of your exposure. I'm gonna have some pork cracklings. I love this. Yum yum. The scope of your understanding is directly proportional to the limits of your exposure. If you never fly private jet before, you no go understand. Even in private jet, there's priority. A president's jet. Even among president's jets, there's priority. Nigerian president wants to use the sky, and Donald Trump wants to use the sky. Never. You know Donald Trump is number one. Nobody go argue with him. Now ain't get that airspace. I wrote it. I actually coined it. The scope of your understanding is directly proportional to the limits of your exposure. Is my quote. If you use it, I will copyright you. I'm saying the American president or the British prime minister, they want to fly, they will hold the air hostage for anybody unless it's a mayday or a pan. If you're into aviation, you understand what a pan is or what a mayday is. So imagine President Tinubu wants to take off, and now there's a plane that has lost both engines or has lost one engine, and the plane needs to come in, or there's a plane that is running out of fuel because it has been on a holding pattern for too long, or because of weather issues or whatever. It shouldn't even happen, because you should have contingency fuel for your next stop. So when somebody sits down and says, he will have jet lag, I just sit there, just look, Ethiopian airline economy class, no go buy person. No. So I personally believe that this administration is doing their best. And I say it all the time. I complained yesterday. This administration's problem is they don't know how to communicate with the people. They don't know how to they did not know how to communicate before, and they don't know how to communicate now. That to me is their big. If they can solve their communication issues, you will enjoy this government. Because they are working. The only problem is people don't understand what it takes to run government. Just like somebody sat down and said the president will travel, you have jet lag for 2 days. How can he have jet lag for 2 days? The way you enter your car to go to your office, now so president they enter aeroplane to travel. And he will have meetings in that aeroplane till he gets to where he's going. If he's lucky, he'll sleep 1 hour. Tinubu na bull. Forget saying old. Nah, bull, they sleep. I know some people that work with him. Baba, you can't keep up. I can't keep up with him. can't keep up with him. He doesn't sleep. And they say he likes to drink Coca-Cola. And he drinks coffee. So in energy, hey, he get 10 people energy. So no compare yourself to Daddy Freeze. We're lazy. Me, the best thing I've done, the highest thing I've done, and it's because it's PT. Say I enter London today, I go event that today. Because me, Leshe, I go first go collect 2 days for one place where cold weather go first blow me, heater go warm me, I go soak myself inside bathtub. I lazy. You understand? But your president is not like that. He will move. So I'm not one of those people that think the president is not working, Nigeria is not working. Akim 3712. Are you there with him? Olori buruku emi ati baba eta lolori buruku ko to ranju kale bi adie to ku gifa. Wa wambi. Ko to bu bi ole jeta. Come. Akim ọmọ Yorùbá ni kin lali fada olori buruku. Ìwọ tí ye kó pokùn so lórí ọmọ òṣì tó bí. Ìyẹ́ ẹ̀ lọ lé ìgbẹ́ ó lọ gbọ̀nsẹ̀. Àṣọmọ ló lọ bí, ọmọ dàbí ìgbẹ́. Wá Akim ìwọ dà kí n lálì fádà ẹ. No rapture, no need. Ele máa gbọ́rọ̀ ni. Wèrè ranjú bí adìẹ tó kú gífà. Adìẹ tí ò ṣe pa jẹ. Where is he? Akimu ẹnu gbangba ò ṣe mu súùtì. Where are you? If it better for your papa, I go dash you 100K. Where is he? Akimu ẹnu gbangba ò ṣe mu súùtì. Where are you? Rapture. Now useful people with the rapture, only a máa sọ̀rọ̀, a máa fi ọ̀rọ̀ nà wọ́n ni. We are talking, the Ribu is arguing. Molali were o jackpot. I don't go Canada, so they follow you talk like this. No visa. Babati walk Canada. Akim wele Ribu. So back to what I was saying. I'm not one of the people that do not believe that this government is not working. No, I am smarter than that. I know that this government has a lot of people that are attacking them and they don't want them to succeed just so that it can look like another person will have done better. I mean, I don't believe anybody will have done better. I've always said it from the I like Peter Obi, but my problem with Peter Obi is obedience. That's the if Peter Obi can solve obedience problem, then I will follow him. And my only problem with Tinubu is they are not communicating with the masses properly. If they can communicate with those are the two problems. Atiku, I don't know anything about him. Make una no vex. I don't say Femi Aderogba go follow me fight now. Femi, you are my brother. I know I love you, but I don't know how Atiku want to do anything for Nigeria. Obi can walk, but obedience will not let him walk. And Tinubu is walking, but he's not communicating the work to the people. Shore is the best candidate, but can he make it? So out of the two obvious choices, we will now work with them towards the next election and see. Maybe by then, Obi go don't hold obedience by their blockers. Because Obi too, imagine say they catch waiting with this guy name. Obi no talk. Obi where they always talk. They always get opinion. They catch waiting with this guy name for Finland. That guy where they do iPop. Wait till Obi talk. He not talk anything. He go quiet. So those are my problem. My problem with Tinubu is communication. My problem with Obi is obedience. If Obi can solve obedience problem, I will follow him. If Tinubu can solve communication problem, I will follow him. I don't have any problem. Showore, I love is better than all of them. But can he win? Simon Ekpa. Till now, Obi never talk. Obi not get liver. Now my problem with that, with that. He not get liver. He has ideas, he's honest, but Nigeria requires blockers. You want to run Nigeria, you got to get blockers. Obi not get that blockers. If you get the blockers to face the leaders, you get the blockers to face the obas, but that blockers to face your own people wey vote am, you not get, and those ones worse pass the leaders. I've always said it, and you will meet it like that. I be prophet. I dey talk am, they come. So let's come back to Davido before people start getting upset with my. What Davido said was in Nigeria's interest. Because if me, I'm an investor, I like entering places where the economy is in shambles. Nobody wants to buy stocks that are up. You want to go and buy Apple stock. Now you want to carry your money and buy Apple stock. How much can it's like going to buy Bitcoin. Why should I buy Bitcoin? See, let me break it down to you. Donald Trump entered. Bitcoin went from 70K to 98K. Do you realize that for Bitcoin to double, it has to get to 140K? Just double. The moment Donald Trump entered, I rushed and bought Gala at 0.17. The only problem is I didn't have money. Gala today is 0.38. It has more than doubled. It has doubled plus. So when the coins are in their lowest distress, that's the best time. Same thing with an economy. When the economy is strong, when you invest, what you get is protection. You cannot multiply your investment. But when an economy is in shambles, you can actually, anybody that brings in $1 million into Nigeria now is going to get 1.7 billion naira. And anybody that can produce on the naira and sell to earn dollars is going to smile for the rest of his life. So right now, what the government needs to focus on is exports, or bring investment in so that export quality goods can be created. And I say it all the time. Let's stop focusing on trying to build cars. That's why Innocent has struggled. Let's focus on what we have as Africans and what we can sell to the world. The Swiss don't make cars. They focus on watches, banking, and chocolate. And that drives the economy. You see that watches, eh? If you not write Geneva or Swiss made for the watch, nobody go buy ammo. Nobody go buy that watch. Official certified chronometer. Any watch. Baba, they go put their address for Geneva. They go put on there. You see Vacheron, Constantin. Their address is in Quai de Lille. They will put it there proudly because they know the heritage. You see, there's so many things Nigeria can focus on. And if we focus on what we truly have, that comes easy to us. I'm not saying we should not build cars. But you see, why I'm not worried about these cars is we need to build export quality cars, not the ones that we will drive. Building anything that we will consume is recycling resources. Building anything that we can export to get foreign exchange is where the real value is. So if it is palm oil we can sell abroad and get, this is the time you want to be cooking something in Nigeria and getting dollar. Even if it is tech. I was talking to Chief Afe Babalola. Do you know how many Canadians? I'm not talking about Nigerians in Canada. Canadians. They have an exchange program with Afe Babalola University. Canadians wear their cloth, wear their shoe, tie their shoelace from Canada and come and do university in Ekiti State. They have their exchange program. Even if it's educational tourism, medical tourism. This is the time to package it. Now, We Nigerians, we like to see negativity. You see, the difference between Americans and us is there's somebody that me and him had a fallout. And eventually, we became friends again. And they wanted me to do something for them. The American team called us and said, but you guys and Daddy Fish have beef. Let's capitalize on the beef. Americans are ready to capitalize on the beef. Say make we come fight. Inside the fight, we come promo waiting we want to do. I thought about it. I said, when will Nigeria ever get here? When will Nigeria ever get to the point where we can capitalize and cash in on a beef? Africans are too superstitious, too hypocritical. Look at Equatorial Guinea. They get Bizil Bob. I be waiting with that guy name. If not me be that country, make people come marry our women. I go use them cash out. Equatorial Guinea, the country of Balaza, be waiting with that guy name. I will capitalize. Forget it. There's no such thing as bad publicity. Government can't they denounce them. Nobody knew Equatorial Guinea before you know Equatorial Guinea. Now all of a sudden, in a country where their women are big bench, their men are big bench. You will marry Niger woman for house. You say lift your leg. It's paining me. Oh yeah, finish quickly. You can't see women. You know, see as the women there, they respond. Ibang, God go bless you. Somebody say bench tourism. No need for bench tourism. Just come and marry our girls. Come and visit us. We have good girls. The only thing they should do is they should work on that image and try to now sell their women in a positive light, that they make good wives, come and marry us, come and live with us, come and invest with us. If not me be their president. Baba, seminar. I will ride that hype before the hype goes down, because this world, 2-3 months, they say big trouble. Chimaya saw, now I talk that thing. He say Papa talk, say big trouble 1 week, small trouble 3 days. So you have to make hay while sun shines. Not about marriage. It's not about marriage. It's about bringing people over. Come and meet our women. Not be said to come and bench them. Then you train the women to go open leg quick. Make them marry you now. Come and do business. Come and see how beautiful our country is. This is the opportunity. Instead of them to be denying the guy, they should just leave the guy, make it a trend for one side. Just they show Equatorial Guinea, a country of beautiful hills. Equatorial Guinea, a country where you have the valley of the don't go. If you don't carry one stone, don't name them. The valley of Ibang. Someone said their tourism, said their tourism increased by 9% in the last 2 weeks. Baba, we can increase it to 80%. Instead of trying to hide and cover, Baba, you ride the tide. Yes, they say Equatorial Guinea, now we be this. So as Davido don't talk, instead of make we be a castigator, make we don't look at him and say, okay, now controversial topic, it a trend. Yes, David is right. But the best time to enter an economy is when it's in shambles. Come and invest in Nigeria and help us rise this economy again. Baba, you get the way me I go plug inside that thing. Investor yan pian. So instead of us bashing our own and using it to create unnecessary sentiments, how much say HIV called the HIV way they Port Harcourt? I was listening to the statistics. It passed the HIV way the Equatorial Guinea. The difference between Equatorial Guinea and Nigeria is Nigeria is doing the same thing they are doing in Equatorial Guinea. It's just that we are hiding to do our own. Hey, forget LA, leave banana. What thing that they do for Equatorial Guinea, they do it for Nigeria ×5. We just the off light, they hide, they do our own. And you know that what I'm saying is making sense. Nigeria, the hypocrisy capital of the world. Nigerian people, everything is God, 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 God. Nigerian person, anything we talk, person greet you, say, hello, how are you doing? Oh God, I'm fine. To the glory of God. Inside reply, person don't mention God twice. You will say, oh, these people are so holy. Say, Chichi Obama, how are you doing? Oh God, I am fine. To the glory of God. Oh, somebody praise his name. Shut up. You where just they come from, where they hang your leg. Your womb, they pain you because person don't use bola or reset time for you. They call God, God, God. Now God, you go bench. Ulushi. Make sure they leave problem, Joe. Nigerians. And they tell person today, my today's video, somebody responded to me, hey, Daddy Freeze, why are you saying that God doesn't heal? It's doctors that heal. Doctors can only try. It is. I say, shut up. Shut up. God, doctors can only try. It's God. So the people in Japan that are worshiping what they call Kira, they are Shintoists. They believe there's supernatural inside beings and the environment. Do you know that in Japan it's normal to see a 100-year-old man, 103-year-old man riding bicycle? You don't ever see 103-year-old man. If you see 103, like person where they dance electric bungalow of those days. – 103-year-old men go they ride bicycle up and down for Japan. And then it is your God, the God of Nigerians. They heal them for we don't get brain. They say Nigeria is one of the largest consumers of P-Hub. And now we are also the largest consumers of God. Ask yourself, if God is the same God in all the countries, then we don't need to worship him in Nigeria, because it's like the way we are worshiping him, we are getting the Canadians, the Chinese, the Indians, the Japanese, they don't worship our God, but they live longer, their countries are safer, they are well advanced, food is cheaper and more available. Canadians, if they take care of Japanese, the God where they worship, leave us where they worship him, go they take care of those where they worship him. Think. Now doctor now they heal. No be God. Now doctor they heal. I explained there are 5 types of healing. There is mind healing, placebo healing. Prayer also falls into that category because it gives you that positivity, that positive energy in your mind that can help your body heal. It's called mind healing. Number 2 is called substance healing. You ingest a substance, or you are injected a substance, or whatever it is, and that substance heals you. It can be herbs, it can be paracetamol, it can be manufactured, or it can be plucked from the forest. It can be drank, it can be anything that enters your body as a substance or a chemical. Injection, neo, tablet, neo, capsule, neo, agbo, neo, agumu, neo, for healing. The third one is physical healing, when they actually have to touch you, cut you, do surgery, you understand, remove teeth. It's physical healing. Then there is spiritual healing. When you hear spiritual healing, thing comes to your mind is church. It's not church. Spiritual healing is aromatherapy, when they try to put your spirit in a state of balance. Yoga, when they play music at a certain frequency to heal you, that's called spiritual. When you hear spiritual healing, you run to your church again. Those ones who do yahoo where they do your papa and your mama, and they do your grandpapa and your grandmama. Then the last one is supernatural healing. Any healing that cannot be explained. It cannot be attributed to physical, it cannot be attributed to the spiritual, it cannot be attributed to chemical, it cannot be attributed to mind healing. It's just healing that nobody understands, that defies medicine or defies science. That's the one you call spiritual or supernatural healing. And that's the miraculous healing. And why did I put it last? Because they say the woman with the issue of blood, went from doctor to doctor. Now when she not see result, now she go look for Christ. Nigerian man not they bother with doctor. They find Christ up and down, we no lost. And why am I saying this? We need to evolve the way we think. Everything is God, 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 God. Meanwhile, we are some of the most, the kind of wickedness we dey in our heart. He not dey all these other people where they worship devil. How much say financial healing? And Nigeria, you go see that one. So what am I saying at the end of the day? We had this argument, we had this conversation yesterday, and I'll still stand by Davido is right. There's nothing, I don't believe personally that there's anything Davido said that was wrong. Yes, the economy is in shambles, but it's not this president's fault. It's not this government's fault. It's a coagulation of errors over the last 60 years. And the sooner we admit this, the better. Now, I'm sorry to say this, but I personally believe that that particular TV presenter not like David. I talk him. I don't talk him. That TVC presenter personally not like David. I don't know whether I see him, but me, I see him. She not like David. So it was not coming from a good place. That critique was from a bad place. Who agrees with me? That TVC presenter will criticize David. If you're watching me on TikTok, pop my money gun. Hey, Yahweh, Rini. Hey, hello, my pop money gun. Oh, yeah. I don't think she like David. I don't talk him. She don't like David. Do you agree or disagree? Bogoli stands with her. Before Uncle, where they expect you to stand before? It was not from a good place. He doesn't like David. It's not from a good place. We can invite some people. It's pork crackings.
Daddy Prince, good evening.
Good evening. How are you? What's your name? Let us know.
Fine. I'm fine. My name is Isaac. How are you, Daddy Prince?
IZ.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm very fine. So what are your thoughts?
Actually, in fact, I'm just looking at this interview all over and over again because, number one, this lady in question, all right, she is side down. But apart from that, I just wanted to know what's going on in Nigeria. Is it not affecting her or even affecting her children? Like, I'm not in Nigeria, I don't live in Nigeria, but I'm seeing everything on the news. And we that will live on this side, all right? I'm actually ashamed sometimes to say that I'm from Nigeria because of the economy in Nigeria, because of what's going on in Nigeria. And this woman went on TV. She's literally like so angry, aggressive.
That's my problem. If she just said it, this thing where David talk, I don't agree. You are entitled to an opinion. But the way she went on, I was like, David don't offend this one before.
She carried the thing on her head.
She carried
too much, Daddy Freeze. I'm telling you, Daddy Freeze. The way she carried this problem, to me now, I want to ask her, is she not ashamed of herself? Does her family members don't have a word with her, or can they not just sit down?
No need for you to yap am. No yap am. No need. See. No yap am. She was doing her job. My only problem is she was doing it a little too passionately. It shows, say.
Daddy Freeze. for behave like this. You know, she been like Tinubu get the station where she dey work. Tinubu owns that station that she's working. You understand? I expect anything that they are saying about Tinubu that is wrong with the economy at the moment. She will decide to choose to follow Tinubu, even if clearly she lives in Nigeria. She can see what's going on in Nigeria at the moment is embarrassing to all over the world.
No, now you need to also understand that. You need to also understand that the way the economy is going now is not Tinubu's fault. Is not this government's fault. Is a build-up over the last 60 years that this particular government is trying to rectify, to remedy.
I understand that, but don't forget these people have been in power. Do you understand? These people have been in power for so many years. Not for me, nothing has really changed in Nigeria.
Let me tell you something. Tinubu has only been in power for 1 year.
But remember, even the APC, Tinubu was on the APC before. Even if he was not president, but he has a huge contribution.
You cannot blame him for boo-boo. Baba, go slow, fall to. Forget it, oh no. All of you saying 10 years are lying. Buhari ran his government by himself. This is a brand new.
I understand that the freeze, but you know, say this Tinubu now, right? When they come power, into say Miloko is my turn, Abi. When Buhari was in power, he wants to tell us that he doesn't have one way or the other that he influenced our Baba Buhari not to do the right things for the country.
No influence now. You cannot say that now. Buhari, they hear what?
It's just sad because the way Nigeria is at the moment is really heartbreaking. For any of us that live in outside Nigeria, we're seeing it on the TV. It's so painful. I personally myself, during the election, I was having a mental breakdown because of this Nigeria election.
Where did carry you get mental breakdown?
Because I was just so upset because of the way things are in Nigeria. You know, Nigeria is not working. I don't see how any human being of this 2024, you will stand and say that Nigeria is working. Nigeria is not working. This is the fact. This is the reality. And the reality is that we have to face the fact and the truth and tell ourselves the truth and remove sentiment of emotionally be like, oh, it's my region, oh, it's where I'm from, oh, let me support. We have to stop all these things for Nigeria to move forward for all of us.
All right. Let us have DJ Bongoli. Bongoli, you have to show your face, because Obedience are going to come live now. And if you don't show your face, they go chance you. Ayodeji. Agbodo roju because John is coming and John no go agree you. So you cannot do this from hiding. You cannot do this from behind the curtain. Oh, I said, Daddy Free, stop sugarcoating the reality on ground. I'm not sugarcoating anything. The reality is very dire. I live in Nigeria. I'm experiencing it. But I'm telling you, this government is trying their best to fix it. Leave anything else anybody is telling you is unpatriotic and lies. DJ Bongoli, we see you here. I want to bring in John, but I want to hear from you first, DJ Bongoli. You are muted.
If it's that particular person, I cannot be on a live with him respectfully.
Kilo
if you want to take me out. I can come another time.
Okay, anyway, talk about what this lady has talked about. John, you two need to be calming down. Everybody, they fear you now, John. You they chance everybody.
No. With all due respect, you know that there's something I don't want to say on your live, because if I say it on your live, it will cause another problem. I don't want to do that. I will never be on a live with such an individual. Never. This is not about Nigeria or anything. I would never be in a life with such an individual. And I sent you a video about what that guy said about a 14-year-old girl. I don't want to do that. Let's not, because if we want to do that, let us talk about what you said about it.
All right. Let's leave that. Let's focus on the topic at hand. Be buzzing.
I don't even know why you're even bringing such a person to your live program. What you said about the 11-year-old girl.
It's okay, Bongo Lee. Let it go.
I'm not going to let that go.
Okay. Okay, listen, I'm not saying don't let it go, but not here. This is not the time and now. No problem. No vex. I no go bring. I'll just bring Femi. Make I just bring Femi. Make everywhere calm. Femi, send me request. Make I bring you. Now, B Boss says, I said Nigeria is better than abroad. 100%. I personally like Nigeria. My children too like Nigeria. I'm not making it up. My son could not believe when we came back to our street. He could not believe. And my neighbor said the same thing. He said, Baba, say anytime he carrying children go London, they go begin the question and say, okay, when they enjoy it for the first 1 week. After that, the question is, okay, so when are we now going back home? He's saying he can't carry his children go America for 1 month. Say after 10 days, they begin questioning and say, Baba, which day did you say we are going back to our country? So what I'm saying is, everybody's experience of Nigeria will always be different. They talk this thing all the time. The way they see Nigerians, they ball. But like I said, it's not available for everybody. And there are some people, I was talking to a friend of mine who is doing very well in the USA. If he had remained in Nigeria, he would not have been able to achieve 2% of what he achieved in the USA. So different folks, different strokes for different folks. And I say this all the time, everything in life is relative. My mother is old to me because she's 20 years older than me. But she's young to my father because she's 10 years younger than my father. So when my father is talking to my mother, he's talking to his younger one. When I'm talking to the same woman, I'm talking to an elder. The same person. But the perspectives are different. So, yes, things are very hard in Nigeria right now. I will never, as in each day we go shopping is like, I went to Spa today to shop. I now got 2 different receipts. They say if you buy something of 50,000 and above, Spa, I'm calling people out, so people are not serious. I bought something of 60-something thousand. They say if you buy something of 50,000 and above, you get raffle ticket. But because I collected 2 different receipts. The first one I bought, I collected receipt. Then I went and bought more things. I now collected receipts. I now submitted the 2 receipts. They now say, lie, it must all be on 1 receipt. I say, una not try. Spa, Lekki, I'm calling you out. I wanted, bring the raffle ticket to my house, Neil. Because I bought, I bought something nearly 70,000. They say it is, but because 1 ticket showed 39,000, the other one showed, everything was showing more than 50,000. They don't give me raffle tickets. Spa, Nigeria, I want my raffle ticket. Because anything in Nigeria now is hard, so you get raffle tickets. But I go on collect them. So, DJ Bongoli. Now, another thing a lot of people don't understand is, this is the right time to be in Nigeria. Because if you can get a remote job that you can work from Nigeria and go abroad 3-4 times a year, you are better off than living abroad. You are 100 times better off than living abroad. If you can get a remote job, whether it's Scrum, whatever, and there are so many of these remote jobs, it's just that you don't know how to find them. If you can get those remote jobs and live in Nigeria, yes, sometimes they require 4 meetings. How much are you going to spend on 4 tickets a year compared to your rent in America? Compared to your feeding, compared to your utilities, compared to your bills. You understand? So right now, if you lived in Nigeria and worked abroad, you'll be saving so much. And another thing is, if you can export something from Nigeria now on this very, very strong or very weak Naira, and you are able to earn foreign exchange in strong currencies, you'll be dancing all the way to the bank. Those are my thoughts. Official DJ Bongoli, I bring you back in. What are your thoughts? You said you support what the presenter said. Let me take you back. I believe that presenter did not like David. Those are my thoughts.
I think so.
Good day, everyone. I would say apologies for my outburst, but Adifris knows the reason why I had that outburst. Let's forget about politics. Let's forget about bantering and talking about Nigeria's problem. But this is human being. The heart of human being. But I'll stop at that. I'm not someone that likes to talk about mess and all of that stuff. Now, why I say that I support the woman is very simple. She actually was saying what I was trying to say. She's coming from, you're complaining about Nigeria, but you and your family have been elite, or you guys are elite in Nigeria. You guys have benefited a lot from Nigeria. In fact, since they increased our electricity bill in band A from about 60-something naira to 200-something naira per kilowatt hour, was that not immediately when Dr. Adeleke went to get $1.2 billion loan from China? Because people can pay more and it's more cost reflective? Or do you want to talk about the governor of Osun State being his uncle and the former governor being his uncle? So she was coming from the elitist mindset, more like, yeah, you are an elite now, and you're complaining about Nigeria. You really? Now look at what your family has, they are the 1% of the 1% in the country. So that's where she was also coming from. The president is going out there looking for foreign investments. And then you are saying this. Because a lot of people are saying that companies are leaving the country and all of that stuff. Now, the president is also bringing companies back into the country also. For example, the JBS, the number one meat packer in the globe from Brazil, they signed a $2.5 billion deal. And they're going to open about 5 meat packing factories in the country. So that is where she's coming from. And that is where the passion is coming from. We need to understand that we need foreign direct investments in the country. Is Nigeria in a good place? Nigeria is not in a good place. If you hear me speak, I say it all the time. But Nigeria can be in a better place. And we all, not just the government alone, have a lot to contribute to this. I'll give you an example. My sister here, my Edo sister, I don't know if you've had businesses in Nigeria. When you set up businesses in Nigeria, is it the government that stifles your business or the people themselves? If you open a shop today in Nigeria, as I'm speaking to you today, most shops in Nigeria, most businesses, is people that pack everything, like destroy everything. Not necessarily the government per se. So it shows the kind of people that we are. We have to change our mindset. We also have to understand and go back to economics and understand basic economics of the nation. My sister said things are tough, things are hard. Things are tough and hard everywhere. In fact, Donald Trump that came in now, he said he's going to increase tariffs by 10% in America from goods coming from Mexico and Canada. Walmart, which is the biggest chain in America, the largest employer of labor in America, has said that they are going to increase prices of goods and services. So there's inflation everywhere. It's rather unfortunate that Nigeria has been suffering from Dutch disease from the 1970s, from the Cobra effect, from weak institutions and brain drain also. And all of this, like I've always said, the chicken has come home to roost. Do you know when the chicken came home to roost? The chicken came home to roost in 2015, 2016, when the price of crude oil went down. So there were no revenues anymore. People are saying that the President Tinubu had inspiration to do. Just keep borrowing. Keep gasoline prices the way they are by paying subsidy. Keep subsidizing forex. President Buhari was going to borrow money to do that. I bet you today, if President Tinubu begins to pay subsidy and says, okay, the price of gasoline today, which is about 1,100 in the market, averaging in Nigeria, now it's going to be 500 naira. All of us will say, however, who is going to pay for that 600 arbitrage? Do you know today, as I'm speaking with you, there was a report in Vanguard that Nigerians are still smuggling gasoline to Benin Republic as we are speaking today? Because 1 liter of gasoline in Nigeria today is about 1,001. In Benin, it's 1,671. It came out on Vanguard. So as things are still tough, people are still smuggling out of Nigeria because it is 58% more to smuggle out of Nigeria. See, at the end of the day, most of these countries that we're talking about that are doing well, where we're from, where some of us stay, and all of that, they have what is called population control. Do you know our fertility rate in Nigeria? We are increasing 4% year on year. So our revenue is shrinking in Nigeria. Trump is going to make our revenue shrink in Nigeria because Trump is going to do America first. Now, I want everyone to, Daddy Freeze.
I'm listening to you.
Right now. You can go on Google right now and read up on what is called the AGOA agreement, AGOA. Trump is not going to renew that agreement. So that means anything that is going to be coming from Africa that's going to be exported into America by this year and next year, 2025, is going to go up by maybe 20-30%. And I know I was talking about economic globalization and nationalism and all of that stuff. We've not benefited from economic globalization. Our budget is $29 billion. What can our budget of $29 billion do for 200 million people? When Brazil is 200 and something million people and their budget for 2025 is $1 trillion US. Why ours is $29 billion US? What can that do?
Our budget is 29 billion. That is the money Elon Musk made between when Trump came in and now.
Yes, I'm telling you that if we saw
Elon Musk.
Hold on.
That means Elon Musk can run Nigeria. Nigeria pocket money.
Do you know that, Daddy Freeze, do you know that out of that $29 billion to run the whole of Nigeria, Nigeria is going to borrow almost 50% of that money. Even though we are saying we are going to borrow 20% or 25% or something, we are going to borrow 50% of that money. And that's why we need to pay attention to this VAT. Daddy Freeze, I speak from this place.
No, wait. So our budget is 29 billion. Elon Musk made 56 billion in 1 month. The whole money that Nigeria we used to eat is about half of what Elon Musk makes in a month. No wonder that church wanted to say he's their biggest donor.
Daddy Freeze. Nigeria is suffering from revenue problems because we can't control our population. So we have more mouths to feed. So if you have more mouths to feed, you need more revenue. And I'm telling you today that Brazil, that is the same population as ours, 230 million people. Their budget is 1 trillion naira. And let us remember that you make most of your monies from taxes. Government makes money from taxes, from levies, from government-owned enterprises, and from maybe aids and grants, but it's mostly from taxes. Nigeria pays one of the lowest taxes to revenue ratio in the whole wide world. So that's why we need to pay close attention to these tax bill reforms that the President Tinubu administration is trying to push forward. Now, lastly, I want to leave you all with something. Do you know how much it costs to build 1 kilometer of road in Nigeria today? Do you know it's my sister, my other sister, Daddy Freeze?
I don't know how much it costs? My name is Isaac. I don't know.
Isaac. Do you know my sister? Do you know how much it is to build 1 kilometer?
No, sir. Lecture us.
My sister, do you know? To build 1 kilometer of road in Nigeria with good drainage or decent drainage, you want to cost you between 600 million to 800 million naira, and that is using an average contractor, not your Julius Berger. Wow. So how much is the revenue? How much does federal government pay to local governments through FAC allocation or the state governments? While we always talk about federal, we need to put focus on state government. People said the government should cut down its spending. Now, do you know that the government has cut the highest amount of spending that any government has ever done? This particular government. I'm not trying to hold brief for them. I support them, yes. That subsidy removal has taken off $1 billion that Nigeria will go and borrow monthly. That forex removal has removed $1.5 billion that Nigeria will go and borrow. Do you know federal government is paying almost $1 billion for electricity subsidy? So if you are going to be, Nigeria has to go and borrow at least $30 billion annually just for subsidy and just for us to have lower dollars. I am a beneficiary of forex because when I came to school in America, my father was able to pay a certain amount and exchanged it to dollars and all of that stuff. But that was not the true cost. We are seeing what the true cost is. You say, oh, God, shut up. Madam Chuka, Mr. Chuka, they are not saving the money. It was borrowed money. And that is why it's important that when you were doing economics in school, you paid attention to it. Economics is very important in the lives of our people here. A lot of people here just have access to social media and they cannot type. They cannot type economics, macroeconomics, microeconomics. Understand these things. It's not anybody coming to the... See, let me tell you something. Populism will take us nowhere in this country. We are going through hard times in Nigeria. And that's why I'm taking my time to study developmental economics. And I'm trying my possible best to see how we can help my own community to develop ourselves for growth and then development. So it's not about this. I know these things. It's not that one God from somewhere will come and help us or one devil will come and help us. It's not that. See, if we don't sit down and tell ourselves the truth, we that we always steal, we that we always backbite, we that we always do anyhow in the civil service, we that we always do anyhow in private institutions, if we don't fix our institutions, we are not going anywhere as a people. And it's the government.
That's correct. Yeah, that's correct. The change has to start from me, you, all of us. You're right. You're correct. The change we want in Nigeria, the change all of us want, has to start from me, you, whoever that is watching, whoever that is there, all of us. You are in Nigeria, you're not in Nigeria, all of us, the change has to start from us. Because if not, what I've always been saying is, me, I don't think I'll be alive to see Nigeria change. Nigeria has always been the same since I've grown up, I've been a child up to Nigeria has been the same. In my opinion.
My sister, you know what I tell people? If my sister, if you want Nigeria to be better as a people, the current 3 generations that we have in Nigeria, they have to be neutralized. And we start afresh.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. That's true. I agree with that.
And then we start from scratch. Because one generation is 30 years. So already, our 60 to 90-year-old people are already corrupt. We that were between 30 to 60 are corrupt. And then our 0 to 30, they are already gone.
Yeah.
So we have to wipe everything out and start from scratch. If we want a better Nigeria, it's not about Congolese changing mouth. I know these things. I read. I educate myself. So I don't speak ignorantly out there. If I ask anybody on this platform today, how can Nigeria reduce price of fuel? I don't think many people that are saying that we must bring it down, I don't think they can give a logical or reasonable way of bringing it down. You know why? Because already a barrel of crude oil sells for $75. I'm sorry, my sister, lastly. The barrel of crude oil sells for $75. When you convert that to Naira already, it's already about 780 Naira per liter. So already... the profit margin, the people that are selling it. So let somebody, I always ask them, anybody that tells me that, tell me how Nigeria can bring it down. Tell me. I want you to now speak to me like I have.
Okay, let's allow this lady that just joined us.
Tell me.
Let's allow this lady to say something. My darling lady in the red shirt. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, I said to me, the price of fuel, apart from transportation, we in most of the states, is because like me, I've traveled to like 4 states. I've seen that there is light, there's improvement in this government. It's not all about fuel. At least let's see the positive side of this government. Do you get? Like where I am now currently in Abuja like this, there's always like steady light. In
Bongoli, I want to ask you a question. Sorry, my sister.
Steady light also. So not, if not for vehicles for transportation, I see no reason why we should.
I want to ask you something, Bongoli. If John promises, because he's bringing some very valuable points, if John promises to behave, can you entertain a discussion with him?
I would never ever entertain a discussion with such a human being. Never ever.
What never. If he apologizes?
Daddy Freeze, I will never ever. TJ Sumafide, me and that person will be one-on-one. That's why I'm speaking Yoruba, most of Yoruba singing. TJ Sumafide, me and Tibobo yen a le wa papọ̀ níbì kan. A lè máa sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí. Ṣé pé nígbà tẹ́ korúkọ bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn, ṣé pé ojú mi change. Mi ò lè bá bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn sọ anything.
Okay, my lady friend on above, can you please exit so I can bring Femi Aderogba?
No problem. Thanks, Daddy.
Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, thank you. You can take me off.
No, you please press X. Press X. It will help us.
Okay.
So to have a balanced conversation, I'm going to bring Femi Aderogba. Femi Aderogba is a supporter of the PDP, and he was one of the people campaigning for Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. So let me bring Femi. All right, Femi, how you doing? Go ahead.
Fine, Daddy Freeze. Bongoli, how are you doing today? Can you hear me, Bongoli? Bongoli, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Bongoli, how are you doing today? Bongoli cannot admit himself. Bongoli is struggling.
Are you not going to ask me how I'm doing? Oh. Bongoli that you ask?
APC has happened to Bongoli. That was what I was a good Nigerian. How are you doing today, my sister? How are you doing today?
Fine. I'm fine.
Yeah. Actually, I've listened to Bongoli as usual with his love poem and his ranting, and now he's not point. It's not really a good thing for APC to happen to you in life. As you get enter, he keeps struggling to deal with his phone. That is a sign that, when APC happens to someone, struggle balance in life. Now, I listened to that woman, and when I listened, Bongoli, can you go out and considering that you are struggling? Bongoli, can you go out and call me? If I'm struggling by woman. Okay. Let me wait for Bongoli. One thing there is that before I continue, please, am I visible? Because it seems I'm the only one here. Please, am I visible and audible? Please, am I visible and audible? Yeah. Please, am I visible and audible? Please.
You are.
That by saying that the APC not across in Nigeria, because when APC happens to you, you are likely going to struggle to deliver your point. Yes, I listened to Bongoli said a lot of things, which of course is great. Just that I would have loved him to be more realistic these days than being idealistic, because Bongoli is trying to be idealistic more than these days. And, I've won Bongoli up to 3 times now. The first time, when he said Yebola Adeleke will not become the governor, I told him he will become the governor. I won him. When Bongoli said, this is not, what's it called? When Bongoli said, this is not the right time for Nigeria to increase minimum wage, blah, 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 thing, I won it. But at the end of the day, Tinubu no get choice than to increase the minimum wage. Daddy, please can you bring Bongoli back? Number 3, I won Bongoli recently when we are also talking about American politics. Bongoli is data. At the end of the day, the Democrats is supported. They ended up, the Fenyibale, the Lule. and eventually all happened. Now, let's go back to the subject matter. I think Bongoli failed to listen to Davido very well, and that's why he seems to struggle to understand his point, because I don't know, maybe Bongoli no longer understands basic economics, because it's not easy to be shifting from chemical engineering back to political geography, political. I understand.
Femi, can you have a conversation with John for 5 minutes?
Okay.
You are not afraid?
Why not?
Okay. So I'm going to give John 5 minutes. I want to hear what John's going to say. Then Bongoli, I'll bring you back after that, since you don't want to share the platform with... let's vote. Guys, do you want to see John? Bongoli, I will bring you after. I'm giving him just 5 minutes because he's asking for 5 minutes.
Okay, let's John talk.
Bongoli, Bongoli, will you agree for 5 minutes? But you will not be on the live. Then when he goes...
I think that's better, so that we'll hear what he has to say.
Bring John for 5 minutes. I wouldn't respond to John. Then you can bring Bongoli back. I think that would be nice.
Bongoli, I need you to respond. Should I bring John for 5 minutes?
Bongoli won't agree that they freeze. That's just it. They have unresolvable differences, so he wouldn't agree.
But what I'm saying is I will not bring them together, because I also want to hear his own start, his own perspective. And a lot of people are saying no, that's it. So, okay. If you want us to bring John, say John. If you don't want us to bring John, say no. I'll try to settle them, but no be today. Let's see if this can work. If I can get votes to 10. John, if you want John, just type John. If you don't want John, just type no. Just type John. I'm not counting any votes. Okay. 1 John, 2 John, 3 John, 4 John, 1 no, 5 John, 6 John, 7 John, 8 John. Okay, I think we have 10 Johns. So Bongoli, we put it up to a voting system. I wanted you to... So we're giving him just 5 minutes because I'm rounding off anyway. Then I'd like you to come back, Bongoli, and tell us what your thoughts are. So, John, welcome to the platform for exactly 5 minutes, and I'm timing.
All right. Before John actually enter, let me quickly pass some comments on what Bongoli said. Bongoli listed certain things while he's trying to defend the Bala Blue, and I will rush. Then when Bongoli comes back, we can have that conversation. Bongoli was saying that lack of publication.
John, I've sent you a request.
Bongoli, lack of population control seems to be one of the reasons where we have issues in this country. Well, I agree with Bongoli partially. Yes, it's very important as a country for us to actually have a good population control. Just that from the knowledge of geography, we are made to know that there are interplay of factors that actually affect the economic development of a country. And one thing that mismanagement of resources.
John is unable to join. Oh.
Okay, is John coming up?
Hope to not turn my turn. I didn't put any meat.
No.
Why?
Because we don't have enough.
So now, Bongoli mentioning population control as an issue of Nigeria, I think is not getting the story right. This is not chemical engineering. This is geography. Yet.
What did you study, by the way, Femi?
Yeah, geography.
John, what's the name of your other account? Okay, John the Nemesis. I can't see the account. Oh.
No, he typed recently. He typed recently. He typed with an account recently.
Okay. I should not finish it.
I
should not finish it.
I don't know that come back to connect the please.
So now
this will go so well with the back. What are you eating it with?
So you may with is a happening but not fully right because number one, when we are talking about like we are experiencing the challenge we are experiencing now. Number one is APC has been known for high level of economic mismanagement, right from the days of Muhammadu Buhari. I was able to actually.
All right, John is here. Let's hear John. He has 5 minutes.
Very alpha now.
Fine.
So that the phrase, he knew I was going to win that election because in as much as I swing mad, people know that I am an advocate for a big, strong, better Nigeria. So when it comes to talking about issues of Nigeria, I will always win that election. That the phrase. Just, Bombole can come here and give you guys statistics that he manufactures at the back of his head that are not true. The only reason why he can't face me is because he knows that I'm the only one who can face him head on and floor him to the ground. First and foremost, that the phrase, I have one very big question to ask Bombole. All this Davido was wrong. Davido demarketed Nigeria. When Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, did Bongoli and Tinubu not carry placard to say bring back our girls? Were they not demarketing Nigeria then? Yeah. Were they not demarketing Nigeria then? Do they have selective amnesia now? They demarketed Nigeria. That led America banning the Federal Republic of Nigeria, banning the sales of arms to Nigeria for 2 years. That pushed Goodluck Jonathan, a serving president, to resort to alternative means of buying arms to defeat terrorism. The marketing is when you say something that is wrong about something. But when you say something that is true about something, you're giving an honest opinion. That is by the way. And Bongoli is saying that there is no way you can bring back the cost of crude oil, the price of petroleum products. Bongoli, I challenge you and the Minister of Petroleum of Nigeria to come and sit down and have a debate with me. And I'll tell you, you have to pay me. I'll tell you how you bring down the cost of petrol in Nigeria in 6 months to 200 naira. I challenge you and the GMT of NNPC and the Minister of Petroleum of Nigeria. Sit down with me, but you guys have to pay me. It's not going to be free. I just said it's not for free. I will tell you how to bring down the cost of petrol to 200 naira per liter in 6 months. But it's going to come at a price. The only thing is that those that steal the crude will have to stop stealing it for the price of petrol to come down. Crude theft has to stop for the price of petrol to come down. It's very simple. So don't come here and start wagging your mouth about an industry you know nothing about.
I don't go talk anything. Who is playing? Somebody is playing something in the background. That thing playing in the background is somebody's content too.
Okay.
I beg.
People are saying online cho. Let me give you guys just small, a tip of the iceberg. That the first, do you know how much crude oil the petrol is sold in Libya?
How much?
In Libya, the cost of 1 liter of petrol is less than 20 cents. It's less than 20 cents. Same as Venezuela.
But
These are top oil producing countries, just like Nigeria.
But what is the state of the economic development? That's the question.
the state of the economic development does not have to do with petrol, because let me put it this way: every same economy in the world subsidizes energy. The UK does, America does, China does. The reason why every three strong economy subsidizes energy, and for an economy like Nigeria, that energy is like 60% dependent on petroleum products, you have to subsidize petroleum products. Now, the kind of subsidy you introduce is what determines if you're doing it right or if you're doing it wrong.
But John,
Saudi Arabia.
But John, I also government of Venezuela, they are also working hard to remove subsidy in their country as well. You see,
wait. When you say they are working hard to remove subsidy in their country, that statement is not true. Because to remove subsidy, you don't need to work hard. You need to just pronounce it.
No, you have to work hard.
So for there to be a hard work to remove it means that they are trying to put measures in place.
John,
to stop corruption in subsidy.
John.
I want to give you an assignment, Femi. Do you know that Saudi Arabia subsidizes petrol?
Yeah. I said that is subsidizes petrol.
Do you know how Saudi Arabia subsidizes petrol?
Okay, explain. Tell me.
For instance, you know every country that produces crude oil is a member of an organization called OPEC.
Mm-hmm.
Now, OPEC gives its member states quota of how much crude they can sell in the OPEC markets.
Mm-hmm.
For example, if you give Saudi Arabia a target of 6 million barrels of crude oil, Saudi Arabia will go ahead and produce 6.9 million barrels of crude oil. Sell 6 million to the OPEC market. The remaining 900,000 barrels, they will distribute it to local refineries for free. Those local refineries will now be mandated to sell those petroleum products. Those products are the fractional distillation of crude oil at a subsidized rate, because their key ingredients, which is the raw material, has been subsidized. You have taken out all the marketers that will import one ship until they have imported 7 ships out of the equation. Yet you have subsidized products for your people.
John, let me quickly make an argument there. Mm-hmm. You see, I don't actually support the subsidy removal of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Mm-hmm.
Also agree with the fact that in a country like Nigeria, there are some things whereby require us that need subsidy in the country. But let's not, shy away from the truth. Subsidy is not a sustainable way of improving the welfare of Nigeria. So, of any citizen.
Bro, you have to choose one. It's either you subsidize energy or you increase the standard of living of Nigerians.
Wait.
You cannot be paying minimum wage of 75,000 naira.
Wait,
and you expect the person you're paying minimum wage of 75,000 naira to buy petrol. To buy petrol at 1,000 naira per liter. That means he can only buy 75 liters of petrol from all his salary in 1 month.
John, let me now tell you, as a transport geographer, I can tell you one of the reasons why we have issues with inflation in this country, transport is also another reason. Tell me how many states has what we call mass transport in Nigeria. How many states?
Abuja has.
1.
Lagos have.
2.
Enugu has.
3. Mass transportation.
Yes,
Tell me
Tell
me the kind of mass transportation in Enugu.
Air Traco. If I tell you something, the Air Traco.
What vehicle are they using? Are they using a Losis or they're using a Mako? Because these are the,
you know the bus they call 4014?
That's why I'm asking.
And 4014. I wouldn't know all the buses they use because I'm not the commissioner of transport of Enugu State.
Let me tell you, John. The point remains that.
Wait, you're getting somewhere. So are you saying that because he earns 75,000 naira, he should be limited to only mass transit?
No, John. See, car is luxury. and it's also
car is not luxury.
Wait. Car, like it
not luxury. Wait, so the cleaner in the hotel I stay in drives an Amanda Jeep. So you say car is luxury.
If we have adequate road pricing, I will tell you that in Nigeria, car will be a luxury. If there is appropriate toll system in Nigeria and some other things are put in place, you will realize that someone who is actually earning 75,000 naira will not even think of having a car. We rather prefer public transport, because when you are in 5,000, you are even an entry. You are even doing an entry level job. So what about in Nigeria is that do we have the adequate infrastructure?
All right, guys. Time don't go. I did promise that we're going to do exactly 5 more minutes, and I need to go and rest so I can come and cater to my American audience. John, you don't try. You don't pass 5 minutes.
Daddy Freeze. Tell Bongoli that he should stop fearing me.
No, but John, the thing you said about that girl is wrong.
Daddy Freeze, I will repeat.
Oh yeah, everybody, good night. Before we start entering this, no turn out to fight. We don't end down well. Goodbye, everybody.